Before we go into the specs on each of these panels, I'm going to dive a little bit into the background as to why these companies and these models were chosen. There are, after all, a ton of different options on the market. It's really easy to get overwhelmed and feel a little bit confused, so we're going to try and keep everything as simple and straightforward as possible. So these brands that we're going to be looking at are considered to be some of the best as it relates to customer satisfaction, warranty, performance, and just the fact that they continually show up as top performers year after year in the solar panel industry. Also, the panels that we're looking at are the highest watt rating panels that these companies offer, at least in the residential line, and they also are on their top tier performance lines too. So a lot of manufacturers have different levels of performance or different levels of quality, and all these panels are in their top lines. For the comparisons in this video, we're going to take a look at some different factors. First, we're going to start with the company. Obviously, it makes sense you want to go with the company and manufacturer that's been around for a while, that has a good reputation, and one that you know is going to be around if you happen to have any kind of warranty work in the future. There are a lot of different options, like I said, on the market today, and a lot of new companies that keep popping up. So you want to make sure that you're going with a company that has a proven track record and one that will be there in case you have any kind of warranty concern in the future. For the panels themselves, we're going to take a look at 5 different areas. We're going to take a look at their efficiency, the temperature coefficient, whether or not the companies offer a complete solution, the overall costs, and the warranties. And yes, I did say warranties. So typically with a solar panel, you're going to have multiple warranties that are in play. So it's really important for you to understand what the differences are, especially when it comes to the duration of the warranties, because those can be different even on the same panel, and exactly what those warranties cover. Okay, so first up, let's take a look at number 5, which is a panel from Silfab. This specifically is the Silfab SIL-410BG, which is a 410 watt solar panel. Now, if you haven't heard of Silfab before, they've been around since about 2010. They have manufacturing facilities in the United States and Canada. And one of the big reasons why this is on the list is because Silfab typically offers a panel that has a good balance of looks, performance, and price. Now, with the panel specifications, efficiency is arguably one of the most important factors to take a look at. This is going to tell you how efficient the panel is at converting sunlight into energy. So what you want to see here is you want to see as high a number as possible, and the higher the number, the more efficient the panel is going to be. Now, this is going to be really important if you don't have a lot of room on your roof. So by having a denser panel, you're going to be able to get more energy production out of the same size roof as you would if you went with a panel that has a lower efficiency rating. So for the Silfab panel, the efficiency rating is 21.4%. The temperature coefficient is 0.377%. And don't worry, I'm going to explain what that is here at the next panel. The panel warranties are a 25-year production warranty and a 30-year performance warranty. They do not offer a complete solution, or at least what we're calling a complete solution for the purposes of this video. Basically, Silfab manufactures the solar panels, but they don't make any of the other components that go with a home solar system. And as far as the cost is concerned, Silfab should be on the lower end of the options that we're looking at here in this video. Next up, number 4. This is a solar panel from a company called Hanwha Qcells, or just Qcells for short. So this is the Qcells Q-Peak Duo BLK ML-610 Plus, which is a long name, and it also means that it's a 405 watt panel. How those two things correlate, I have no idea, but that's what it is. Qcells is best known for their quantum technology, which uses a reflective paste that's applied to the back of a solar cell. This paste reflects the sun rays that would otherwise pass through the cells, which allows them to generate more energy than other competing solar panels. Hanwha Qcells has been in the solar industry business since 1999, and they have manufacturing facilities in multiple countries, including China, Malaysia, South Korea, and even here in the United States in Dalton, Georgia. As far as the panel specifications go, their performance rating for this specific panel is 20.9%. So this is a little bit worse than the Silfab panel, but their temperature coefficient rating is a little bit better than Silfab at 0.34%. Now let's talk a little bit about what that temperature coefficient is. So with the temperature coefficient, this is simply a way to understand how efficient a solar panel is at converting the sunlight into energy as the solar panel gets hotter. So believe it or not, solar panels actually lose their ability and some efficiency in being able to convert the solar energy from the sunlight into electricity as the temperature of the panels rise. Now this sounds a little bit confusing at first, but if you think about it, these are electronics. So as electronics get hot, typically they don't perform as well. If you think about your laptop computer or maybe even your iPhone, like for example with me, if I leave my iPhone out in the direct sunlight, I'll sometimes see a notice on it that says that I can't use it for a little bit, it has to cool down because it got overheated. So that's kind of the same thing that's in play here with these solar panels. So the thing that we need to really look at with the temperature coefficient is what is the number and how close is this number to zero. So if the number were 0, which no panel is, then that would mean that it took no type of a performance hit whatsoever as the temperature got hotter outside. Now this is going to be a more important factor if you live in an area that's hot all the time. So say if you live in the Southwest or in Arizona or someplace that's really hot most of the time, this is going to be a more important factor than it would be for someone, say, that lives in the Midwest or maybe in the Northeast in the United States, because those areas are more seasonal and they're not hot all the time, so they're not going to take as much of a hit consistently across the year. With the Q-cell panels, their warranties are a 25-year performance warranty and a 25-year production warranty. Now 25 years is pretty typical, so that's pretty much the standard you're going to see, at least in most panels and most manufacturers across the industry. And the in-performance rating is the best between these two panels that we've looked at, between the Silfab and the Q-cells panel, at 86% efficient after that 25-year period. As far as the cost is concerned, this is another high-quality panel that's offered at a reasonable price, just like the Silfab panel, so this is definitely one that you need to keep in mind. For number 3, we're going to take a look at the Tesla T430S, which is a 430 watt panel. So this is the highest wattage panel that we've looked at so far. And most of the solar attention with Tesla is focused on their solar roof and their power wall. So sometimes it catches people off guard to realize that Tesla offers a solar panel as well that's a more affordable option. So with Tesla, they got into the solar business in 2016 when they acquired a company known as SolarCity. And before that, SolarCity had been in business since 2006. So as far as the Tesla panels are concerned, the efficiency rating is 19.8%, which is so far the lowest of the 3. The temperature coefficient rating is 0.331%, which actually is the best of the 3. And for their warranties, they actually have another warranty in the mix that we haven't seen before. So let me dive into the warranties and explain the differences now as to what these warranties are and what they cover. So the first one's pretty straightforward. It's the manufacturer's warranty. So that just simply states that if there are any manufacturer's defects in the panels for that duration of time, typically it's 25 years with a solar panel, that those are going to be covered under warranty. The other type of warranty you need to be aware of is the performance warranty. So this is a way that manufacturers can guarantee the panels will continue to produce a certain amount of energy over its lifespan. Now this number, the amount of years that the warranty is in place, correlates typically to the in performance percentage that you should expect out of the panel. So basically that means, for example, with the Tesla panels, they have a 25-year performance warranty and their in performance percentage is 85%. So that means at the end of 25 years, you should still expect the panels to produce 85% of the energy that they're rated to produce. Now, there's also a scale that's typically involved as to how much energy production they can lose every year and still fall under warranty. So if you have any kind of a performance issue with the amount of energy these panels are producing, the performance warranty is the thing that's going to come into play and be able to help you get those panels replaced if there's any kind of an issue with that. Last but not least is the labor warranty. So this is new compared to the first two panels that we looked at with the Q-cells panel and the Silfab panel. With Tesla, they offer a labor warranty as well. And so basically that covers the labor of replacing a part that's under warranty. So if you have any kind of an issue, say for example with one of your panels, that someone needs to come out and actually take the old panel off the roof and put the new panel on the roof, the labor warranty is going to cover the labor expenses that are involved with that. With Tesla, you need to be aware that they offer a 25-year manufacturer's warranty as well as a 25-year performance warranty, but their labor warranty only lasts for the first 10 years. So while it is nice to have that labor warranty, it would be a little bit better to see a labor warranty that covers the entire warranty period for those panels. Tesla does offer a complete solution, and when it comes to the cost, Tesla is going to be right on par with other premium panels in the market. All right, our number 2 pick is from Panasonic. This is the Panasonic EV PV 430HK. This is a 430 watt panel, which is the highest watt producing panel that we've taken a look at so far. So obviously Panasonic is a really well-known consumer electronics brand, and they offer some of the best panels on the market today. They're really well built, they're really high quality, and Panasonic offers a really good warranty. Now with Panasonic, they've been in business as a company since 1918, which is a really, really long time. And they've been in the solar industry since 1975. So you can be sure that they're going to be around for many years to come. Now, some people have made comments to me that Panasonic is no longer making solar panels, but that's simply not true. I think what's happened is they've gotten Panasonic confused with LG. Now, LG used to make solar panels. In fact, they used to make really good solar panels, but they announced early last year that they were exiting the solar industry. So LG is no longer making panels, but Panasonic definitely is. So when it comes to this panel's efficiency rating, it's 22.2%, which is the best yet. As far as the temperature coefficient goes, it's at 0.26%, and that's also the best that we've seen up to this point. The warranty period is 25 years all around, which again is the best that we've seen. And the end performance percentage is at 92% after 25 years, which is really, really good. Panasonic also offers a complete solution. And just to clarify what I mean by complete solution for the purposes of this video, there are a lot of different manufacturers that create solar panels, but those are the only components they create. So they don't make the inverters, they don't make the battery banks, and other things that go into a complete home solar system. Also, some solar panel manufacturers don't have a certified network of installers or don't take care of the solar installations themselves. And I think that's a really important distinction to make, because you want to make sure when you're making this type of an investment in your home that you're not only getting a quality product, but you're also getting a quality installation as well. As far as cost is concerned, Panasonics are truly a premium panel when it comes to performance and build quality, so you should expect the cost to match. All right, so the top panel is the SunPower M Series 440 watt panel. So this is the highest producing wattage panel that we've looked at in this comparison, and it's one of, if not the best panel that's on the market today. So as far as SunPower, the company, is concerned, they've been in business since 1985, and they're located in San Jose, California. Typically, SunPower sets the pace when it comes to solar panel innovation and manufacturing, so a lot of the other solar panel companies have to catch up to SunPower's innovation. So SunPower is one of the top brands, and they've been around for quite some time. In fact, SunPower is one of the few manufacturers that have been around longer than their warranty period, so that says a lot. As far as the efficiency of this panel, it's rated at 22.8%, which is the best of all the panels that we've taken a look at. The temperature coefficient is not quite as good as Panasonic, but it's definitely better than all the other panels in the lineup. The warranties are 25 years all around, so this is on par with the Panasonic offering. And SunPower does offer a complete solution. Now, since SunPower typically has the best specifications, you should expect the prices for SunPower to be some of the most expensive, if not the most expensive option in the lineup. But that's really to be expected, because when you go with the best solution, those typically cost the most money. Now, I realize I've been a little bit vague when it comes to costs throughout this entire video, and that's really been intentional. And the reason for that is because there are a lot of different factors that can be involved when selecting a home solar system that's right for you and your home. Everything from the size of your roof to the orientation of your house, where your house is located in the country, and other factors like what rebates or government incentives are available. All these things play a factor and a role into understanding what your total cost of ownership is going to be for any solar system. So like any other investment in your home, I highly recommend going out and getting at least 1 or 2 bids, if not more, to understand what your options are and what the total cost is going to be. So once you have a bid or multiple bids, what you can do is you can take that total price on the estimate, and divide that by the number of watts that your system is rated for. This is going to give you a per watt price that you can use to compare apples to apples against other bids, so you can make an informed decision. Now, personally, I like to go with the best option that I can. So while Panasonic and SunPower are really close in terms of specifications, SunPower does make it really easy to get an online quote. So with SunPower, you can go to their online estimator. They can pull up a satellite image of your house, create a virtual diagram, and lay out different solar panels on your roof, so you can see and understand exactly what it would look like and cost to own a SunPower system. So if you haven't gotten a quote from SunPower yet, I'll leave a link in the description below that you can use to go to their website and request a free quote. So as a final recap, here's the comparison slide of all the different panels that we've looked at in this video. Really though, all these panels are great, so no matter what panel you decide to go with, I don't think you can go wrong. That's it for this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.